Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'm going to be playing in what I consider to be the two most overpowered tier 8s in a World of Tanks Blitz. There's obviously a lot of tier 8s, which are all very, very capable. Vehicles like the Vickers MBT feature super solid hull armor and an incredibly good turret with high alpha damage. Vehicles like the Caliban, well, they can deal 900 damage with a single high explosive pen. But out of all of the tier 8s that currently exist in the game, the first one we are going to be talking about is the Bosch Chatillon Barrasque. This tier 8 French medium, well, it's just insane. It really is. It should have been a light tank, but it's a medium. And because of that, not only does this vehicle actually have some armor. A lot of people don't realize it, but the Barrasque is not a very easy high explosive pen. I mean, yes, you can pen it frontally if you have about 80 millimeters of pen, and you can cut through its sides and even the turret, but it's very, very tricky. The amount of times I've been high explosive penned in my Barrasque is maybe 1 out of 10 to 15 games. And in return, you have a gun which does 320 damage and has a 2-second interclip with another 320 damage. So in total, you deal 640 damage in a matter of 2 seconds. It has 200 millimeters of standard pen, 252 on the gold. It's accurate. Its aiming time is pretty quick. It's got really good on-movement dispersion and a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour. This is the highest win rate medium in tier 8. It's even higher than the Chimera for average players, which is kind of wild when you think about it. And it's really what allows the Barrasque to get away with so many different maneuvers. So yeah, we're just going to go into some gameplay here, and we're going to see just exactly what this little vehicle can do. By the way, I should mention that while this is not a light tank, it does feature very good camouflage values. Even on move, it still has some of the best camo for a medium in the game. But you have the advantage of not being able to high explosive very easily, and you actually have a decent chunk of hit points. Usually light tanks do have a little bit less health than their medium counterparts. A great example of this is in tier 10. Certain mediums have upwards of 2,000 health. You can actually run sandbags on some of them and get 2,100 like the M60, where the average light tank is sitting at 1,700 to maybe 1,800. So there is definitely a hit point difference between the two. Well, here we are in a tier 9 and tier 8 matchup. Not too bad. I mean, I don't really care about fighting tier 9s in this vehicle, judging that I do more damage than the tier 9s they have on their team. Even a vehicle like a T92E1, if I just have 2 seconds to aim in on that tank, I can literally deal more than it's able to deal in return, which is kind of crazy. And you can see that hit point difference I'm talking about. That is an RU-251. Which has 1,300 health, and I have 1,500, so definitely an hit point advantage with your mediums. Alright, well, we are going to chill in this bush to start off with. You can see that pretty good on-movement dispersion I was talking about here. The gun really doesn't bloom much for such a high alpha. So we got the AMX M4 on the other flank. Oh, there you go. We got the 92E1. There you go. 350 damage, not able to get another shell. And we get the T49, so that's 660 damage right there. Think about that. I just dealt 660 damage in that short amount of time. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm sorry, Mr. T69, but I'm probably going to leave you. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here, and I feel like this is a decent spot where if the 92E1 or anybody on the enemy team tries to over-aggress, I can help out the T69, but obviously I don't want to put myself in a situation where, like, this 92E1 is going to be able to nuke me. Well, T49's actually leaving. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. There's the T92. Oh, we also have the 59 Patton over here. Aiming. Okay, that shell did not go where I wanted it to. That one did, though. Nice 328. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right in here, and I'm going to bail. At this point, I feel like it's probably not the smartest decision to hold that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through here. I'm going to go all the way back towards my team, and actually it looks like the Destiny might be here to help me out a little bit, which would be rather nice. Having just a little bit of support's always actually something that's quite good. So the 92 is going to obviously clear my teammate. Oh, we got the 49 right here. Let's turn the tank sideways, and does not pen me with a... Interesting. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to maneuver over here like this, and then I'm going to just squeeze around the corner like so. And then what I'm hoping is that my team will help me enough that I won't be in a problematic situation. We do have the 92, which I get a clear into, and we also have the T49, which, see ya, easy peasy. Alright, well, so far we've dealt 2,000 damage. Somehow I'm not dead yet. Where did my destiny go? Is my destiny... No, where... I'm trying to find my destiny. Oh, he just went... Okay. Thought the destiny was actually going to help me. Turns out he went back over to the rest. Okay, well, interesting. We're going to see if we can get some damage into this 59 patent now. There's only 3 tanks left on the enemy team anyway. So, yeah, let's head over here. And, boop, there you go, 306. And, boop, 618. Again, like, the damage output that this vehicle has is just so darn good. I remember when the vehicle was first released, and people were like, oh, but its DPM isn't that high. I'm like, yeah, but damage per minute doesn't mean anything when you can deal 640 in return in a matter of 2 seconds. I mean, obviously this 59 patent's a bit of a mental patient, but still, we did over 3,200 damage this game. We killed a T92E1, we killed the T49, and that 49 got very lucky that he was even able to slam that shell into me to begin with and lit me on fire. And we still have 350 health left to finish off this game. It's just such a dangerous tank. So there you go. Victory. All enemies destroyed. Alright, well, let's take a look here. We did 3,248 damage, and we got a little bit of ramming into that T49. That placed us, obviously, top on the team with very little effort being needed. But this is not the only double shot tank that's going to be featured in today's video. In fact, we have the American heavy version, the T77, which is going to be the other most overpowered Tier 8. The T77 is an entirely busted vehicle. It features a double shot mechanic that has 380 damage per shot. So you go from the 320 in the Brask to 380 in the T77. The only downside is that you take slightly longer to get your shells back, and you have a little bit longer reload. So you have 2.5 second interclip, and, well, obviously you're not a medium, so your mobility is quite a bit worse. But who cares? This thing is entirely busted. Like, if you were to tell me what could I be more influential in, a T77 or a Brask, I'd probably say for me, the Brask, just because mobility is key. But I think for the average player, the T77 is definitely the way to go. The fact that you can deal upwards of 760 damage in 2.5 seconds is insane. Like, it really is. So, we got an LTG who just randomly decided the YOLO. Okay, have fun there, Mr. LTG. Not really sure how I feel about that. I don't know where the rest of the enemy team is. I see the Rudy. I don't know if we're going to get any damage out in this game. The LTG's already dead. The Rudy is also down about 40% of the health. Oh, the Caliban's over there. Interesting. I don't like Castilla. In fact, I think Castilla is the worst map in the game, right up there next to Dead Rail, and this is why. Because when you're in a heavy, you spend 90% of your game driving to try and hope that you'll run into an enemy tank. We can see that here. I mean, all I've done is drive and drive and drive and drive. And that's all we're going to continue doing. Oh, I spotted something. Oh, I spotted a IS-2 shielded. Well, I wonder if I'll be able to hit that. Aiming. There you go. One shell into the IS-2. And not able to get the second shell out. Well, I guess we're going to start reloading. So far, not the most eventful game. We got 13 seconds left on our reload. This is obviously an autoloader, so you are going to have to wait a decent amount of time before you're able to get your shells back. But damage per minute wise, you're actually very similar to... Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, let's shoot the SMV into the track wheel once, and then the moment that his track gets... Okay. Well then. I got no words for my RNG sometimes. No words. Good news is that we can just back into cover here, and we shouldn't have to worry too much. IS-2 shielded gets a clear into my teammate, and we're just going to get into a bit of a side scrape right here. That way this IS really won't have much of an opportunity to pen me. There you go. IS bounces me. We get a 389 damage shell myself into his tank, and then we're going to poke him again and get another 370 damage shot. You can already start to see this double shot mechanic kind of just throttling the enemies. I mean, at this point, it's quite easily going to be a win if you ask me. We only have to wait 7 more seconds for our shells. We can see the WZ up top. I don't know where that Caliban is. Kind of hoping he's not directly behind me, but doesn't really matter too much. Okay. I don't know what my RNG's doing right now. It's not helping me, I can tell you that, but oh well. Sometimes dispersion is just one of those things that doesn't treat you very well. And it's definitely one of those things that hasn't been treating us very well this game. I can't really blame the T-77, just sometimes its gun can be incredibly derpy, which is obviously a bit of an annoyance. At this point, it is a 3 versus 2. The SP is shooting at the WZ. It's actually going to be a 1 versus 2 very soon. Okay. Let's hope that I can do something here. Oh, there's the Caliban. Hello, Mr. Caliban. There's 1 shell into his tank, 360 damage. A second shell, 370. And just like that, a full health Caliban is now a 1-shot. Well, not a 1-shot, but hopefully a 1.5 clip. So we'll see. I mean, my team kind of sucked, and my RNG did not help me much. But good news is the WZ is a 1-shot. So realistically, if we average roll our AP shell into the WZ, and then we pen 1 shell into the Caliban, we can realistically win this game. Now, the fact that I got spotted is very lame. I would assume that it was the WZ in one of these bushes here, but we are just going to head up this hill and see if we can catch him off guard. Really hoping that the Caliban does not get behind me. But the tank only goes 30, so I can't really imagine that the Caliban would be able to get behind me. So what we're going to do is we're going to, yep, there you go. Okay, we bounced the first shot, and okay, we do actually get the pen out. Now, what really sucks is that the WZ max rolled me for 500, which is not very good. But as long as we chill and cover for a little bit, we can get some damage into this Caliban, and that's the goal. So, there's the Caliban. Let's just reload. Here we go, and aiming. There's 1 shell into the Caliban, 2 shells into the Caliban, and now we're going to angle towards him. Caliban does get the penning shell into me for 575, able to cut through my side armor, obviously. But that's not too big of a problem. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm going to head over here, and then we're going to back up, and I'm going to hope that the Caliban starts to go this way. That's all I'm going to hope. I mean, this tank reverse is very quick, as you can see, and that's obviously quite good, so let's just keep backing up. Kind of hoping that he thinks I'm going that way, and then I can just reverse this way. Possibly get the clear into his tank. Keep on reversing, keep on reversing. Oh, there's the Caliban. Interesting. Not sure why he's over there, but that's not very helpful for me, is it now? Wonder if he's going to poke this. I mean, if he does poke it, we're going to get the easy clear, but I highly doubt it. Alright, well, I only have a minute left. Oh. That sucks. Okay. Well, I only have a minute left, and I'm not gonna... Okay, he's actually gonna jump off. I'm not gonna waste that minute dilly-daddling around, so I need to make my way over towards his tank. I need to get him cleared. I mean, at the end of the day, this should be a win as long as I hit his tank. T-77 gun, as we can see, it's not, like, incredibly accurate. That is one of the downsides you're going to have to deal with when using this vehicle, is the inaccuracies that it features. But, oh, okay. And are we going to lose because of that? No, thank God. Well, once again, the inaccuracies of this gun can cause you sometimes to, well, want to bash your face onto your screen. I can't believe that I actually missed. Thankfully, the Caliban's gun is somehow less accurate, but, wow, we really got screwed by our RNG. But we still ended up dealing 3,780 damage. We still won, and I think you can still see a great example of where the T-77 is an incredibly dangerous tank. We need to watch that shot again one more time, though. I need to witness this. Thankfully, I had that second shell, which is always nice, but I do want to witness this shot again. My RNG was really saying, yeah, you're not going to win this game today. All right, here we go. Like, perfectly aimed. Goes into the dirt. That's great. Well, I can't complain. We won, but wow, did my everything try to cause me to lose that game. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about these two tanks? Which of the two do you think are more overpowered? I can definitely tell you that both of them are overpowered vehicles. My T-77 has 15 games with almost a 90% win rate and over 3 1,000 average damage in Tier 8. And my boss Shotzion Barask is sitting at 2,820 with a 93%. I mean, both of these vehicles have incredible levels of damage output. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.